One person is dead after being struck by a car on this road in Donna. I'm live with details coming up.
And one person was hospitalized after a truck crashed onto a front lawn. The new video from overnight straight ahead.
Is there anything you could have done differently that would have prevented that killing from taking place?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Plus, for the first time, we're hearing from Officer Darren Wilson. He's breaking his silence after the decision for no indictment. Channel 5 News This Morning continues right now.
From the Valley's News Channel, this is Channel 5 News This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. We sure do thank you for joining us on this Thanksgiving Eve. I'm Dina Herrera Garza.
And I'm Alan Campbell. And folks, this morning, temperatures a little chilly, but they're not too bad because the rest of the day is going to be beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. For more on our weather, we check in with First Warn 5 meteorologist Samara Kakinos. Morning, Samara.
Good morning, Dina and Alan. You're right. Beautiful, stunning, fabulous, gorgeous forecast coming up, but we are off to a chilly start. So grab that light jacket before you head out the door. Not humidity just yet. That's in the weekend ahead. We'll talk more about that in your updated First Warn 5 forecast as we continue.
Happening right now, authorities are looking for a group of men following an aggravated robbery.
Hidalgo County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to FM 493 in mile 10 north of Donna just after midnight. Authorities say right now they're looking for 3 or 4 men. They were armed with handguns and a knife.
We're told no one was hurt. No arrests have been made. Authorities believe the men drove off in a black 4-door truck. If you have any information, call Hidalgo County Crime Stoppers at 668-8477. And this morning, Donna police are investigating a deadly accident. Just down the street from that aggravated robbery, a person was struck by a vehicle.
And it happened around 7 o'clock last night on FM 493 near mile 9.5 in Donna. Our Lauren Kendrick joins us live this morning with all the new details. Lauren?
Dina, Allen, we're about 2.5 miles north of the expressway, just to give you a better idea of where we are. Like you said, this happened at 7 o'clock last night. Now, the sun is starting to come up this morning, but you can still see this road is pretty dark. In the middle of the road, there are spray paint markings. That is where the accident happened. That is where the victim was hit by that vehicle. Now, we have video from the scene to show you last night. Donna police told me this morning that this looks like an accident. The driver did not flee the scene. They were on the scene when police arrived, and no arrests have been made. I'm also told that the next of kin was notified last night. Now, however, police are still not releasing the name of that victim. They will be continuing to investigate this accident throughout the day. For now, reporting live in Donna, Lauren Kendrick, Channel 5 News This Morning.
3 young boys witnessed a deadly game of Russian roulette. Police are referring the children to an Edinburgh counseling center for therapy. The shooting happened Monday night in front of a home on Acacia Street in Alamo. 3 neighborhood boys ages 7 to 14 were talking with the victim. They were asking the man about something they called the brain game.
The victim indicated he was aware of the game. He loaded up his weapon with 1 round and obviously took his chances on shooting himself.
The 24-year-old did not survive. The question now is, how will the children who watched him die recover from the shock of what they saw?
With kids especially, there's a lot of questions about, is it normal for me to be feeling these emotions? I'm having these thoughts, is this normal? Is that okay?
A therapist at the Children's Advocacy Center of Hidalgo County says it's important for kids to open up and talk about their emotions. Unresolved feelings can have long-term consequences even into adulthood. She says it's important for parents to keep the lines of communication open so children know they have someone to talk to.
New this morning, a truck missed crashing into a home by just a few feet. The driver went through a fence, hit a tree and a light pole before ending up on the front lawn of a home. Right now, you are looking at cell phone video sent to us by a Channel 5 News viewer. This all happened on Harmony and Mile 2 in Mission. Firefighters say they were called out to the scene around 10:30 last night. 2 people were inside the truck. 1 person was hospitalized. The other refused medical attention. Police are looking into what caused this wreck. A pregnant teen shot in Reynosa is back home here in the valley. The girl's mother tells us the 14-year-old was released from a Mexican hospital last Thursday and arrived home on Tuesday. The Valley View teen was shot on November 11th. She was in a pickup truck with a friend when Mexican State Police fired shots at them. After crashing in a ditch, her friend fled on foot. Now, the girl says she was shot in the stomach by police after she yelled for help. Her baby was unharmed.
Two men accused in the deadly shooting of a Border Patrol agent have officially been arraigned. Gustavo Tejerina Sandoval and Ismael Hernandez Vallejo are charged with capital murder of a peace officer. The men are accused in the murder of Border Patrol agent Javier Vega Jr. Vega was fishing with his family in Willacy County when he was shot and killed. His parents were in court for Tuesday's hearing, along with Border Patrol agents.
We will be here. We would like to monitor what goes on to show support, show the Border Patrol presence here for our fallen brother and support his family at this time.
During Tuesday's hearing, the judge issued a gag order. This prevents the DA's office and law enforcement involved in the case from talking with the media. The two men could face the death penalty or up to life in prison without parole.
This morning, a man is being held on a $250,000 bond after crashing head-on with an Hidalgo County Sheriff's deputy. 43-year-old Arturo Hernandez is charged with intoxication assault with serious bodily injury to a peace officer. Now, authorities say he was driving on Alamo Road south of Alberta early Monday morning when he veered into the opposite lane, slamming into the deputy. The deputy was treated and released from the hospital. And this just in, two special agents with the FBI have been shot near Ferguson, Missouri. We're told the shooting not directly related to the protests. FBI officials say the agents were assisting the University City Police Department overnight to execute an arrest warrant. One agent was shot in the shoulder and the other in the leg. No word if any arrests were made.
This morning, Officer Darren Wilson is finally breaking his silence. He's speaking about what happened on August 9th, the day he shot and killed teenager Michael Brown. Take a listen.
At that time, I gave myself another mental check. Can I shoot this guy? Legally, can I? And the question I answered myself was, I have to. If I don't, he will kill me if he gets to me.
Wilson spoke exclusively with ABC's George Stephanopoulos in a secret location around St. Louis. The 28-year-old says he wouldn't have done anything differently.
Something you think that will always haunt you?
I don't think it's a haunting. It's always going to be something that happened.
You have a very clean conscience.
The reason I have a clean conscience is because I know I did my job right.
Wilson remains in hiding. It's not clear whether or not Wilson will be returning to his job with the Ferguson Police Department.
Well, it was another day of outrage as protesters were out in full force all across the country.
They're upset over the grand jury's decision not to indict Officer Wilson for the shooting of Michael Brown. ABC's Karen Travers is in Ferguson, Missouri with the latest.
Let's go. Demonstrators gathered overnight at the Ferguson Police Department headquarters. County police used tear gas to disrupt some who burned a police car, and there were reports of some vandalism.
We saw some protesters out there that were really out there for the right reason. Unfortunately, there seems to be a few people that are bent on, I think, preventing this from happening the most ideal way that it possibly could.
And the man at the center of this firestorm, Officer Darren Wilson, speaking out for the first time, exclusively to ABC's George Stephanopoulos. Wilson described what he said was a very physical struggle with Michael Brown inside his police SUV.
And then as I'm holding him, I see him coming back around with his left hand. And it's in the shape like this, and it comes in through the window and just a solid punch to the right side of my face.
So you're still sitting there figuring out, how do I get out of this?
Yes. I mean, the next thing was, how do I survive? Because I didn't know
if I survive?
Yes, I didn't know if I'd be able to withstand another hit like that.
Is there anything you could have done differently that would have prevented that killing from taking place?
No.
Nothing?
No.
In dozens of cities around the nation last night, large crowds of peaceful demonstrators took to the streets, demanding justice for Brown. President Obama last night in Chicago said he had no sympathy for demonstrators who destroy their own communities.
I've never seen a civil rights law or a health care bill or an immigration bill result because a car got burned. It happened because people vote. It happened because people mobilize. It happened because people organize.
Law enforcement officials say there are still some here who are intent on violence, but they believe the stepped-up efforts could bring a sustained calm. Karen Travers, ABC News, Ferguson, Missouri.
The timer now is 6:41. It was a fast-moving fire that killed a Texas mother and her two children. Straight ahead, we'll tell you what officials say prevented them from escaping.
One kid's a loss, but 5 is a tragedy.
5 children, the youngest just 5 years old, died following a mobile home fire. why firefighters say they couldn't reach the victims in time.
It is a cool 56 degrees at the Isla Grande Beach Resort. The First Warn 5 weather bug shows mainly clear skies. We'll have your complete 7-day forecast coming up.
Breaking news, breaking stories. This is Channel 5 News with Dina Herrera Garza, Alan Campbell, and First Warn 5 weather with meteorologist Samara Kokinos. This is Channel 5 News This Morning.